you Tubians, second childhood here, you may be asking yourself, why would somebody be out on Christmas morning when the temperature is about 0 degrees Celsius? Well, if you'll all settle down a little bit, I'll explain. For over a decade, my place of worship has held something called the Interfaith Holiday Breakfast. It's an opportunity for families who celebrate all kinds of holidays to have a place to go to get a nice warm breakfast, typical American style, scrambled eggs, pancakes, some kind of turkey sausage, because a lot of places aren't open on Christmas morning, and some people don't want to hassle with doing it all themselves. So the other nice thing about this is that the event raises money for a needy charity in our community, and usually it's about between $2,000 and $3,000. Not a paltry sum, but it's a good thing to do, and it gives people a nice warm feeling all over. Not to be confused with the warm feeling you have when you wet yourself, but just a nice altruistic. What are you? I waited for you. Don't get upset. Anyway, so that's the plan. I'm heading down to help out, spread the holiday cheer. That guy needs some. And the other reason for this vlog was I wanted to share with all of you my experiences of my European vacation. I just got back from being away for 2 weeks, during which time we visited the beautiful cities of Paris, Salzburg, Prague in the Czech Republic, and Florence and Rome in Italy, with side trips to Pisa and Cinque Terre. And I was planning for a long time ahead of this trip because I didn't want to be the ugly American, walk into some place in Paris and say, "Pardon, mademoiselle, parlez-vous American?" And I had heard, if you make an effort, French people can be very accommodating. So, spent time practicing conversational phrases. And, something like, "Pardon, monsieur, je suis un idiote, je ne parle pas français, je voudrais un bière fraîche, s'il vous plaît. Merci beaucoup." Unfortunately, my daughter, who was studying abroad in Paris for the last 4 months, told me my accent sucked. So I decided I'd better limit my multilingual exercise to greetings and salutations. So I prepared for Paris, learning to say bonjour and bonsoir and au revoir. And for Austria, I learned to say guten Tag and guten Abend and auf Wiedersehen and danke. And for the Czech Republic, a real challenge, I learned to say děkuji and nashledan. And when you're toasting somebody with beer, you say nastravi. Although I could screw that up because I learned it on the 4th stop of our pub crawl, so things were a little hazy at that point. And of course for Italy, there's buongiorno and ciao and arrivederci. So anyway, that was my exercise in speaking multiple languages in a short period of time. But my real purpose in sharing that, oh, by the way, just a little tidbit of information. We went on the Sound of Music tour in Salzburg, which was kind of fun. And one little factoid is that Christopher Plummer, the actor who portrayed Captain Von Trapp, apparently wasn't much of a singer. So when he's plaintively crooning, Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me. That wasn't him. It was the guy who did the voiceover for the animated character Yogi Bear. Hey, boo-boo, how about another picnic basket? And not to be confused with Yogi Berra, Yankee baseball great, infamous for such colloquialisms as, it ain't over till it's over, and it's just like deja vu all over again. So, but I digress. My purpose in visiting with you and sharing about Europe was my likes and dislikes from the trip. So I wanted to let you know that I love the culture, the history, the beautiful art, the historical sites, the food, the beer, the wine. Amazing. And I also have a soft spot in my heart for micro cars, and I created a little Facebook album. This is an unexpected, wonderful thing. Okay, so anyway, shit. Motherfucker. Well, that was good. Okay, we're back. That wasn't necessary at all. All right, so where was I before I was so rudely interrupted by dropping the goddamn motorcycle? I had just told you a little bit about what I had enjoyed of my European vacation, and now I was going to tell you what I didn't like so much about it. So here are my top 4 pet peeves of spending time in various European nations. The first is the age of the cities we visited meant that most of the streets in the older sections and some of the newer sections were made of cobblestone. And we probably walked about 10 miles a day seeing various sites, and walking around on cobblestones for 6-7 hours a day takes a toll on legs and feet. So that, I know I'm whining, but that was kind of tough. The second pet peeve is certain foreign currencies like euros and kroners, and it's almost like when you ask for change, the people feel like they're doing you some kind of huge favor, and they act like they're being inconvenienced. Their reaction was something akin to saying, "What the hell, do I look like a bank?" So that didn't seem, I don't understand that really. If somebody can explain to me why it's such a big deal to break a 20 euro bill or a 50 euro bill, I'd appreciate it. My third pet peeve was that on every corner, and sometimes in the middle of the block when you're walking around tourist sections, they've got somebody selling those telescoping selfie sticks. You hook your camera up to it, and then you can push a button and get a better perspective on yourself and whatever you're trying to capture behind you or a larger group. I mean, those guys were just downright annoying. Even when I had my own selfie stick in my hand, I was, saying, "I got one already, thanks a lot," and they just wouldn't take no for an answer. My final pet peeve, and this to me is just an indication of a culture that should be moving further ahead than they are, is that everybody and his uncle smoke cigarettes in Europe. And I'm not just talking about, they're still smoking in restaurants and cars and public transportation and other places. I mean, every person I saw, young, old, didn't matter, puffing away like it was going out of style. Even kids are smoking. I walked past this cute little carriage in Paris, peeked in, friggin' baby smoking a cigarette. It gives me a look like, "You stupid American, what are you looking at? I can smoke if I want to." A little later on, we're in Rome, bunch of kids kicking a soccer ball around. Kid had a cigarette in his hand. I looked at him like, "Are you crazy?" Of course, he had to drop the cigarette because he had to use both hands to talk back to me. Hey, whoa! Anyhow, those are my pet peeves of traveling in Europe. Although overall, it was a really awesome vacation. And if I live long enough, maybe I'll get to go back. Thanks for listening. Right on, everybody.